Let me ask you a question. Did you know that your brain has a default setting to survive? It's true. Your brain has evolved over millions of years to keep you safe from external dangers like being chased by a lion or being bitten by a snake. This means that danger is the default setting of your brain, and when your brain sees something new or different, it goes into threat mode and tries to make you avoid that thing. This is why we feel anxiety, fear, and discomfort when we do things that are new to us, when we meet new people, or when we go to places where we have never been before. Our brain tries to protect us by making us feel uncomfortable. But here's the good news. You can rewire your brain so that it doesn't constantly live in threat mode. Instead, you can rewire your brain to be in a state of flow, a state of high performance. Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm a cognitive neuroscientist and the author of 2 books. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can rewire your brain for success in 30 days. The material that we're going to cover today comes from my book, The 30-Day Brain Workout. So, if you're looking for a fun way to train your brain, then check out my book. You can find more information below. Let's jump right into it. The first step to rewiring your brain is to understand that your brain is always trying to make you safe. This is its default setting. Now, obviously, if you're watching this video, you don't live in a time where you need to worry about being chased by lions or bitten by snakes. So the danger response of your brain gets triggered by things that are not really dangerous. For example, when you have to speak up in front of your colleagues at work, your brain thinks that this is dangerous, even though there is no real physical danger in speaking up. Or when you go to a party and have to socialize with lots of people, your brain thinks that this is dangerous. That's why it makes you feel anxious. In order to rewire your brain, you need to teach your brain that there is no real danger. There is no lion around. To do this, we're going to use the power of neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the ability of our brain to change its structure and function based on our experiences. If you want to learn more about neuroplasticity, I have a whole playlist about it. You can find it below. We can use neuroplasticity to rewire our brain by practicing new behaviors. When we practice these new behaviors, we create new neural connections in our brain. And when we repeat these behaviors, these new neural connections get stronger and stronger until they become the default setting of our brain. So let's say that you're someone who struggles with shyness. If you want to rewire your brain so that you're not so shy anymore, you need to practice being social and comfortable around other people. One way to do this is to join a club or a group where you can meet people who share the same interests as you. Another way to do this is to volunteer. By doing these things, you will start to build new neural connections in your brain that will make you feel more comfortable around other people. Over time, this will become the new default setting of your brain. The second step to rewiring your brain is to understand that emotions are just energy in motion. Emotions are not facts. They're not objective. They're subjective experiences that we create in our brain. All emotions are created in the limbic area of our brain. The limbic brain uses a lot of energy. This is why, when we feel emotions, we often feel them very strongly. But emotions are not facts. They're just energy in motion. They're not objective. They're created by our brain based on our thoughts, memories, and experiences. For example, let's say that you're driving home from work and you see a car that is the same color as the car that hit you last year. In a split second, your brain will create an emotion based on that memory. Your heart will start racing, you will start sweating, and you will feel scared. But here's the thing, the car that you see now is not dangerous. It's just a car that is the same color as the car that hit you last year. The only danger is the emotion that you create in your brain. So emotions are not facts. They're just energy in motion. They're not objective. They're created by our brain based on our thoughts, memories, and experiences. Now that you know that emotions are not facts, you can start to control them. You can't control what happens around you, but you can control how you react to it. For example, When you see that car that's the same color as the car that hit you last year, you can choose how you want to react to it. You could choose to stay calm, or you could choose to panic. The choice is yours. If you choose to stay calm, you will feel safe. If you choose to panic, you will feel unsafe. Emotions are just energy in motion. They're not facts. You can control them by controlling your thoughts. If you want to rewire your brain to be more positive, you need to start thinking positive thoughts. Positive thoughts create positive emotions. Negative thoughts create negative emotions. So it's important to be aware of the thoughts that you're thinking because they directly impact how you feel. You can train your brain to think positive thoughts by using positive self-talk. Positive self-talk is a technique where you talk to yourself in a positive way. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can do this." Instead of saying, "This is so hard," say, "This is challenging, but I can do it." When you start talking to yourself in a positive way, your brain will start to believe it. Your brain will start creating more positive emotions. The third step to rewiring your brain is to understand that your brain is always trying to make you happy. This is its default setting. Your brain has evolved over millions of years to make you feel good. This is why we experience pleasure when we eat delicious food or when we spend time with people that we love. The pleasure that we feel is the reward signal of our brain. It's telling us that what we're doing is good and we should keep doing it. The problem is that sometimes we get addicted to these rewards. For example, we might get addicted to social media because it makes us feel good. But the more that we use social media, the less rewarding it becomes. This is called the reward system in our brain. It's a system that is designed to make us feel good, but it can make us addicted to things that are not good for us. To rewire your brain, you need to teach your brain that there are things that are more rewarding than social media. One way to do this is to start doing things that make you feel good, like spending time in nature, exercising, or reading a good book. When you do these things, your brain will release dopamine, which is the reward signal of our brain. This will make you feel good, and you will want to repeat these behaviors. You can also use the reward system in your brain to help you break bad habits. For example, let's say that you want to stop using social media. You can trick your brain by using a habit tracker. A habit tracker is a tool that you can use to track your progress over time. When you use a habit tracker, you can see your progress visually. This is very motivating because it shows you how far you've come. You can also use a habit tracker to reward yourself for staying off social media. For example, you can reward yourself with a movie night if you go 1 week without using social media. And that's it. These are the 3 steps to rewiring your brain. Understand that your brain is always trying to make you safe. Understand that emotions are just energy in motion. And understand that your brain is always trying to make you happy. By understanding these 3 things, you can start to rewire your brain for success. Remember, you can change your brain by changing your behaviors. So start practicing new behaviors today, and you will start to see results in 30 days. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.